All right, here we go. Question number 28 from our 0314 homework number 2 in MyLab Math. They want us to use the graph to find the following, and just like the previous problem, it looks like we're going to have 4 parts to this problem. And so I'm going to go a little bit faster this time. If you need to, rewatch the video or text me for additional help. Here we go. First part says to find f of 3. And so f, let's see here, grab a red, f of 3 is what that says. It says, hey, when x is 3, what's y? It's like it's asking you a question. When x is 3, what's y? So we're going to go to where x is 3 right here. We're going to go up till we hit the graph, and we're going to go over to see how high. The y is how high. When x is 3, how high? That's the y. And so that's going to be 2. Next, the domain of the graph. And here we have several answer choices. We need to know that the domain are the values that x can be. And to find the domain, given a graph, you always read the graph from left to right. Okay? So looking at the left, I can see that I've got an arrow, which means that this graph is going to go back to the left forever, which means it's going to go all the way back to minus infinity. I also see an arrow on this side, which means that graph is going to continue to keep going to the right to infinity. And so the domain of this graph, since it's continuous, it has no breaks in the graph, it's going to continue from minus infinity all the way to infinity, which means the domain is all real numbers. It's everything. Next, the domain is all real numbers. All right, so where's the next problem? Where's the next part? Press continue to see more. Okay, continue. Helps to read the instructions. All right, next. For what x values is f of x 1? And so if I was to make a note over here for that, we know that f of x equals 1 basically says, hey, where is y 1? Okay? That's what it's saying. It says, hey, where is y 1? And so to do that, let me grab my eraser and get rid of this real quick. Okay? To do that, we're going to go to where y is 1 right here, and we're going to go across until we hit the graph. Notice that we hit the graph at 2 places. So where does f of x equal 1? Where it's going to equal 1 when x is 4 and when x is 6. So there are actually 2 answers for that, okay? So x is 4, 6. At 4 and 6, we're at a height of 1. And then continue. And this, I think, is the last part. Yeah, the range. What is the range? So remember I said the domain is from left to right? Well, guess what? The range is from bottom to top, from low to high. So if I start down here at the bottom, do you see there is no graph down here? As I come up, I can see that the graph starts existing at 0. Remember, we're looking at the y-axis because the range are the y's. So this graph is going to start at 0, and since there are arrows here, it means it's going to go up forever. So the range, if I were to write that with interval notation, is going to start at 0, and I'm going to use a bracket because it does actually touch at 0, which means 0 is included. Get that? The bracket says this number's included. How high does it go? It's going to go to infinity. So how do we say that with an inequality? Well, it says y is greater than or equal to 0. If it starts at 0 and 0's included, then y has to be greater than or equal to 0. And there you go. So I hope all of that was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put those in the comment section below, or you can text me. And thanks for watching.